Good morning. Good to see Jason and able to talk to him.
Right. Oh, good. Well, I want to hear more about and find out about the book and everything too.
Okay. All right. Okay. Very good.
Morning, Liz. Which?
Good morning, Rita.
Oh.
How are you? I will sit on.
Third time, here we go.
Sit on the side too.
Okay, give. Give.
Morning.
It's not opening. More questions than
Everything's shredded. Do we close these for this invitation? People saying.
Good morning. Welcome. Happy Sunday, and welcome to our Soul Center meditation service. If you're sitting in this room, or if you're streaming it live on one of our streaming services, whether it's Facebook or YouTube or our website, welcome. I'm Reverend Keith, and this is our Soul Center meditation service. So if you are here, then you're here for Communion with Spirit as our meditation service. Our music and our message service starts in about a half an hour. And so I'm going to invite you to get comfortable. For those of you streaming in live at home, welcome, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. We've got one of our love streamers right here with us, George. So we're grateful. So love streamers, take note. People are coming. So we're grateful for that. I'm going to invite those of you at home to make sure that you put your devices in Do Not Disturb mode if you're not on a laptop or PC. And those of you here, I'm going to invite you to put all of your cellular devices either off or in meditation mode, also known as airplane mode. The only call we want to receive while we're in here this morning is the call of the divine. So, as always, if you are tuning in, streaming live, and you are new, or if you're in the room new for the first time for our meditation service, this service is for everybody, from any denomination, from any path, from any way of being, from beginners to absolute advanced meditators. And we'll meet you right where you're at. And most of you have heard me say this before, but I'll just repeat it one more time. All meditation practices are communion with Spirit, even the unconscious ones that we sometimes zone out in when we're exercising or just on a walk in nature. All meditation practices generally have a intention built into them. There's the intention of a mantra or an activation to bathe in a particular frequency of eternal divinity. There's the intention of an inquiry or a visioning to be available to providence and get guidance. And there's the intention of something like Qigong, Tai Chi, yoga to really integrate and feel a mind-body-soul connection, of which is true of all meditation. We'll be doing a stillness meditation, which will start with a centering, and then there's part of the intention you bring, whatever that may be. You may be seeking providence, you may be seeking that rejuvenation, you may be just seeking to be in the stillness and not have any thoughts whatsoever. Whatever that may be, I'm going to offer some additional intentions, whatever feels good to you. One is that this is the most beautiful, deep, delicious, effortless, glorious, holy time in communion with Spirit. You just feel the energy of beauty and grace envelop you. I'm also going to just suggest that nothing will distract you. Not outer sounds, not inner dialogue. You're going to allow yourself to go so deep and so high and just rejoice. Those are the intentions I'm going to offer up. In addition, you're always welcome to do it as an open-eyed meditation. 98% of us will probably do it as a closed-eyed meditation. It's always good to stretch the imagination by opening the inner eye. If you do it as an open-eyed, just find one singular space to focus on. If your eyes wander, your mind will wander. Otherwise, I'm going to invite you all to close your eyes as I ask one of the ushers to turn out the lights by the light switch over there. And we are now ready to begin. And as always, we begin by first giving ourselves permission to relax. Just saying to ourselves in our minds, I give myself permission to relax. As we open our hearts, our bodies, our emotions, our minds, the divine energies of peace, love, beauty, calm, grace, and goodness. We allow those energies to overwhelm us as we return to the beginning, as we return home, without changing anything, just observing your breath, your breathing. You might feel that soft, cool, tingling sensation as you inhale in your nostrils or over your tongue. And as you exhale, we begin to feel the energy of letting go. Solely through intention, no efforting. We set the intention to allow our breath and our breathing to become softer, fuller, deeper, and richer, all on its own. Every cycle of breathing taking us deeper and higher. I invite you to bring your awareness to your crown at the top of your head and imagine, allow your crown to be open, wide open like the dome of an observatory. And as you breathe, I invite you to imagine the inhalation coming in as a wave of light through your crown and heart. As you exhale, you may see that light rise and evaporate like a luminescent plume of steam. That exhalation for the moment is what we use to let go. Letting go of any tension, concerns from earlier in the week, or the month, or from any point in life. We exhale and we allow that to release from our physical, emotional, and mental body. We don't need to know how or why. Exhaling, we let go of efforting and trying. Inhaling, we draw in the energy of tranquility and ease. Exhaling, we let go of figuring and analyzing. Inhaling, we draw in the energy of clarity and revelation. Exhaling, we begin to let go of time. Letting go of the past and all energetic connections. Letting go of the future and all projections. Letting go of the present as we fully open to the eternal. You can feel that energy of the eternal as you inhale, flooding into your heart. And as you exhale, you can feel it rising and expanding as a contagion of peace and wellness and relaxation begins to tingle. Just as the oxygen comes in through your lungs and flows into your blood, you can feel the eternal tingling in your cells. You can feel it cascading down into your feet, softening, illuminating. And as your toes and ankles flood with light, you can feel the rejuvenating energy that is not only softening but strengthening as it rises into your calves and shins. All the cells returning to their natural state of homeostasis and vitality in your thighs and hamstrings. All density is releasing from the legs as luminosity rises into the hips. You can feel your root at the base of your spine opening, illuminating, feeling safe, dynamic. As the energy rises into your sacrum behind your belly button and your lower back, you begin to feel the luminosity tingling in your spine, the belly softening, the stomach, the adrenals returning to radiant resplendence. You can feel our core, solar plexus, your midsection, softening with ease as the middle back fortifies. As we bring our awareness back to our hearts, you can feel a soft sense of beauty and joy, peace and love, our natural state of heart space. feel the energy in your upper chest and shoulder blades. And as freedom overwhelms your shoulders, that energy begins to cascade down through your elbows and into your forearms and fingers. All heaviness evaporating. As luminosity rises into your throat center, the back of your neck. And you can feel your face as it lets go of all expression, tingling with light. Perhaps a smile makes its way. And as your crown, your scalp tingles, you can feel the energy. The light as luminosity and weightlessness ripple out into your emotional body with a dynamic sense of compassion and divine strength. And we can feel that energy rippling out into our mental body as all thoughts and all words dissolve and evaporate into the stillness that is fertile with creation. And you can feel the energy making its way to your bliss body, the energy of your soul. The timeless, eternal magnificence of your divinity. The desires beyond thoughts and words. Peace. Love beyond human comprehension. And it is here, fully enveloped in the divine light, that we allow ourselves to continue to go deeper and higher with every breath into relaxation, rejuvenation, and revelation. Should your mind wander at any time, just bring it back to the breath coming in through your crown into your heart. Going even deeper, rising even higher. to our breath and our breathing, to our energy body, our energy field. I invite you to become aware. Aware of your energy body at the bottom of your energy field, at the South Pole. You might be able to sense or feel the energy of your Earth star, your 10th chakra. Many have felt or seen it about a meter, 3 or 4 feet beneath the bottoms of their feet. I invite you to bring your awareness to the top of your energy field, the North Pole at your soul star, equidistant above your crown. I invite you to become aware of your feet. And as you're breathing, imagine your breath drawing in the eternal energies of love, beauty, and joy as you inhale all the way down to the bottoms of your feet. As you exhale, you can feel a wave of light rising from your feet, up through your torso and crown, and everything awash and aglow with wellness. Returning to an awareness that your spiritual DNA only knows vitality. We return to the beginning. We allow every part of our beingness to remember the truth, to feel the presence. Inhaling love and prosperity all the way down to your toes and heels. Feeling it rise up and at your arms and fingers. Every part of you knows the infinite beauty of goodness. Inhaling the energy of desire and benevolent satiation, the two intertwined, two sides of one coin in their highest, greatest, grandest expression of your life, inhaling it all the way down to your toes. And imagine the highest point of divinity, the most glorious expression of the divine. And on your next inhalation, imagine that energy coming in through the top of your energy field, flowing through every morsel and muscle of your being, all the way down to the South Pole of your energy field. As we anchor into the great truth, the great knowing, the great remembering that there is one power, one presence, back of all life, that is good. How grateful I am to take this moment knowing that just by relaxing, communing and connecting with the eternal frequencies, with the energy of our soul, the spontaneous contagion that returns us to our natural state of magnificence takes place. And we allow it to proliferate itself, know itself, love itself as we return to the great truth, the great knowing that this omniamorous intelligence power, the same power that is orbiting planets, that is moving tectonic plates, that is germinating seeds into flowers and trees, that is fluttering the wings of a butterfly, that is oxygenating our blood and breathing our breath. That life force that is pure, infinite, eternal. We return to our true self, the higher self. Grateful for this time and knowing that we allow it to be a set point that lifts us from glory to greater glory, good to greater good, wellness to more wellness, joy to more joy. And as we bathe in this, as we come back into a lucid state of divine receptivity, the providence shall always guide us. Self-awareness of our soul. We simply become aware of our bodies. We give thanks for this time, and we agree to allow it to continue as the rest of this day in our lives as good. And we do so simply by saying, and so it is.
So it is.
Amen. So whenever you feel ready, if you haven't already, or whenever you feel ready, you can open your eyes, or you can stay in the zone, whatever feels right and good to you. For those of you here, the lights are going to come up in just a moment. And for those of you at home, streaming in from around the globe, this concludes our meditation service. We are going to begin our music and our message service in about 5 minutes. We're going to take a short break where you'll be able to use the restrooms, stretch, or just stay here in the sitting zone. Same goes for you at home. And peace and blessings, and welcome back.
You've been in before?
You're not that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Thank you.
welcome. That, you know, I think people focused on
Yeah.
So you just hopped on a plane?
Yes, she did. She's amazing.
Please go ahead. Oh, yeah, refreshments? Absolutely. I know, right? In fact, I'm going to grab one too.
Hello. I almost lost you.
Good morning, Soul Center. Good morning. Who is still feeling tingly from Friday night? Our Butterfly Gala, our 10-year anniversary party was Friday night, and man, was it spectacular. It was one of the most magical evenings we've had at Soul Center. We've had a lot, and that would be definitely at the top. So thank you all for being here Friday night. Thank you all of the volunteers who made that happen. Online, now you can hear me. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy Soul Center Sunday. My name is Jessica Susalik, and I'm the co-founder of Soul Center OC with my mom, Patricia Griffith, our angel in heaven. And it was really beautiful Friday night, all the references to my mom. So thank you so much for everyone who commented to me, how much her presence was felt that night. That was really beautiful. So thank you, Mama, for being here in such a big way on Friday night. Let's start with our declaration, please. It is in your program. Let's stand and say it, knowing it for each other, for the globe. There is one life, and that life is God. That life is perfect, and that life is my life now. I am here to receive the divine message for me. I am awake, I am tapped in, and I am transformed. You may be seated. Again, with the microphone so you can hear me online, thank you everyone for all of your participation of Friday night. If you're watching online and you were in person, thank you for being here. And if you're watching online and you watched online, thank you for participating. We really felt the love across the waves, and we know that the Butterfly Gala reached far and wide, like the butterfly effect. So thank you. And thank you for being here today as we celebrate, it's the last Sunday of Anniversary Month, and it is also the State of the Center that we are having immediately following service. We will have a little snack time and then invite everyone to come in, and we will be sharing so much exciting news about where we've been and where we're going, and it's going to be an exciting time to be together and just talk about Soul Center. So thank you for joining us for that. We will be doing pulling our bingo winners, and we will also be playing bingo at the State of the Center. And our new website has not quite launched. It'll launch in the next few days, but you will automatically get a little freebie. So please get a bingo card, and we'll be playing. If you get bingo, you can put your card in the bingo box, and that will be for a chance to win a free class. If anybody is close to blackout, you still have a couple hours. You can do it. A couple hours will get you blackout will get you a free session, energy healing session with Reverend Keith Horowitz, which is truly transformational and miraculous. So, I think you can do a lot of these in a few hours. So, please stay to play bingo. It's a worthy cause, and we can't wait to spend time with you after service at this. Commercial. Okay, yes, Param was just mentioning there's a practitioner session is on here. So if you want to just book a practitioner session today, you can go ahead and get your bingo, and you can just connect with Kathy, Mary Jane, or Param. So everything on here I think is possible. Yes. Because also staying today for the State of the Center gets you a munch and mingle. We can do this, guys. All right, thank you very much, and here's Angelina with the rest of our beautiful announcements.
Buenos dias, everybody.
Buenos dias.
So great to be here. It was amazing last night. It's been amazing since the day that I walked in. I'm in love with every one of you. It's just such a blessing to play all these Soul Center reindeer games with you. And it was super exciting to see and feel Reverend Keith get blessed. My hands were just on fire, and the vibration here was just amazing. So we're gonna blow this place out. I mean, we're gonna look for a new place to live because, or I don't know, spread out. But so it's exciting to do that with you. Please remember to turn your phones off, please. Let's see, new class, Practicing the Presence, facilitated by Reverend Keith. Begins Wednesday, February 7th, 6 to 8 Pacific. In this class, we will deepen our connection with Spirit as we follow the inspirational teachings of Joel Goldsmith. We will enrich our meditation and prayer practice, as well as delve into healing and our connection with creation. I can't wait to see you all on Zoom. I'll be there. For information about Reverend Keith's daily affirmative prayer, Tuesdays, A Course in Miracles with Keely Beckwith, Conscious Parenting class, our soul circles, and our weekly newsletter, please visit our welcome table after service or our website, soulcenteroc.com. Let us connect you with volunteer opportunities. Volunteering benefits include mental health. It strengthens your community and improves your social and leadership skills. So come join us. Look for Colleen Lavoie and Kathy Loquette. And now, our congregational song.
So let's take a moment to, as Charles is making his way to the stage, Charles Arena, but it is such an honor and a blessing to have Charles Holt in the house with us. He's a Broadway singer. He is such a beautiful, beautiful gift to our community for you to anchor Anniversary Month, and we're so, so happy to have you. Charles has some great books for sale outside on the patio, and Charles is doing amazing things in the world, so please take the time to chat with him outside and find out what he's doing, because you're a beautiful man. Thank you. Yes.
Well, happy anniversary. But let's just get right down to it. You want to jump, jump. There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was in hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go. Let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I really believe
our reading is from Living the Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. Each one of us is a point in the infinite mind, a center in the consciousness of God or the living spirit. We do not live because we understand life or even put life into our own living. We live because life lives in us. We can make no greater mistake than to think we created either life or law, but it would be an equal error to suppose that we escape life or law. We are subject to it, but not in any predetermined sense. For no matter what happened yesterday, we can change its sequence today. If we have given out but little and received only an equal amount, we can begin to give out more. And just as surely as we do this, more will return to us. The giving and receiving are at the center of our own being. The going out from us is but one end of the coming back to us. And the coming back to us is merely the other end of the going out from us. The whole thing is so simple that its very simplicity eludes us. And we look for a more profound reason for the universe being in balance. And why being in balance, it automatically proclaims the law of justice. If the going out and the coming back are equal, then in a certain sense, like the energy and mass of Einstein, they are equal, identical, and interchangeable. To refuse to give is to refuse to live to the fullest extent. To refuse to give love is to refuse to receive love. That which we refuse to give out not only closes the door on the giving, but on the receiving as well. Let us turn within and pray. Oh my goodness, I am so grateful for the Butterfly Gala last night, Friday night. It was amazing. And so grateful for Soul Center. So grateful for Jessica and Patricia's visioning of this beautiful, glamorous place. So grateful for Reverend Keith saying a sacred yes to being our Reverend here. What a delight. What a blessing. I'm grateful for this beautiful day. I'm grateful for this beautiful community, each and every one of the congregants here. Everyone live streaming. Oh, we're grateful Wanda's here. Yeah. In person. We're so grateful for all these beautiful beings of Soul Center. And I'm grateful for God for creating Soul Center, because God is everything. God is omnipresent. God is omnipotent. God is omniamorous, omniactive, omniscient. God is joy and beauty and our amazing rock band. I'm grateful for Rockin' Soul today, rocking better than ever for our 10-year celebration. So I bless Reverend Keith and his message. I bless our amazing Soul Center rock band and Jesse, because I think Reverend Michael's going to try to steal him away to a rock band. He was so in awe of his playing, as we are. So we're grateful. We bless you and bless you to stay here. We bless Lacey, Brian, Michael, Rena, and Charles. So grateful for all our massive, talented rock stars.
Yes.
I bless Scott for all he does.
Yes.
Not only with the technology, but leading us licensed prayer chaplains and practitioners. I'm grateful and bless the practitioners and the licensed chaplains. And we call ourselves prayer warriors because this group is so powerful, and I bless them and grateful for them. Grateful for Jessica, Patricia, and everybody, all our board members. Everything they do is just amazing. And I bless little prayer puppy Hazel. She's not only our prayer puppy, but when she was young and I first got her, Reverend Keith blessed her and prayed for us. So she's here to serve you guys. And she's also the Soul Center mascot. So now it's time for our agape affirmation. So please stand. You will find them in your program and coming up on the screen, I believe. Is the screen working today? Yes or no? No, not today, but it does work most of the time. Okay, I'll speak a line, and then we'll all repeat them aloud together with sincerity and acceptance. Okay. Here we go. The power of creativity works through me in elegant ways. Go ahead. The power of creativity works through me in elegant ways. It expresses in all my activities. My life is my canvas. I cover it with acts of kindness, beauty, and generosity. I am a progressive, innovative, and inspiring presence on this planet. The spirit of revelation is my call and my constant companion. I am grateful to discover and deliver my true God nature. And so it is. Amen. You may now be seated. And for those of you who would like to experience private, individual, and confidential prayer today, please find a licensed Soul Center prayer chaplain or practitioner. We're identified by shawls. You see blue shawls, and then you see the advanced practitioners with their groovy shawls. So we're here to serve you, so look for us. We'll probably end up being in the conference room. Is a good place to find us if you're in need of prayer, and we're happy to support you.
Rolling river God, little stones are smooth, only once the water passes through. Now I am a stone, rough and grainy still, trying to reconcile this river's chill. But when I close my eyes and feel you rushing by, I know that time brings change, and change takes time. And when the sunset comes, my prayer will be just one, that you might pick me up and notice I am just a little smoother in your hands. Sometimes raging wild, sometimes soaring high, but never have I known this river dry. The deepest part of passes through. And when I close my eyes and feel you rushing by, then I know that you pick me up and noticed that I am. I'm just a little smoother in your
Because we are here to proliferate a contagion of a good throughout our lives, and then that goes out and it blesses and caresses, anoints everybody else in the world, and especially in our lives. We're here to say yes to a greater good in our lives than ever before, no matter what. We are here to become masterful over our emotions. Our emotional body is something we need to master, and we do so through, well, I'm going to come back to mastering our emotions in just a moment. But yes, Friday night we had our Butterfly Gala, and Reverend Michael was here, of course. For those of you who may not know who Reverend Michael is, Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith of the Agape International Spiritual Center, of which we, Soul Center, are an affiliate of, right here in Irvine. And we had him here for our Soul Center Butterfly Gala, celebrating 10 years of Soul Center as an Agape affiliate. And it was pretty incredible. It was a great evening to celebrate growth, transformation, or revelation. And one of the things that he reminded me of, I think he might have said this once upon a time, but he was talking about principle and practice. Those are the things that we come together to do. So what you have to remember is you have to remember how to pee-pee. You have to remember how to take principle and practice into your life and take the P and the P and put them together, which we're going to cover this afternoon, or this morning, and this afternoon, this evening for Love Streamers. So hello, Love Streamers. Hello, Love Streamers that are in the house. If you come and visit us, you're going to get a big warm welcome like we're doing for Wanda, who's visiting from Georgia, coming to visit us, which was a beautiful, pleasant surprise. Good morning to everybody else. So yes, we are here to master our emotional body and make sure that we transcend rigidity and move into flexibility. Rigidity is the companion of death, and flexibility is the companion of life. And we are making sure that we are not so rigid that we stymie the flow of life force in our energy body. And that's where we want to become cognizant of what is going on in our emotional body and make sure that we apply practice and principle, the principles of knowing that God is all loving, all giving, all the time, that life and God are synonymous, and these principles that God is good, life is good. That has nothing to do, except if you were to make it have something to do with lowercase l life in the human experience. As you go out into the world, you're going to see infinite potentials and possibilities taking place, but all we care about is infinite benevolent potentials and possibilities, which come from first cause, from the beginning, from the absolute, where there is no opposition, there is no discord, there is no disharmony, there is only only the eternal frequency of peace and love and joy and cooperation. Symbiosis is the nature of life. If you just take any moment to stop and be still and witness the flexibility of life, how the trees that can blow in a breeze can be flexible with the wind, how the earth is flexible with the sun, and it is always, as you look out into nature, there is this give and receive. There is this ebb and flow, and it is glorious and it is harmonious. And when our emotional body gets filled with toxins, just as if your physical body got filled with toxins, it would go into rigidity. And when you go into rigidity, you stymie life force. We are here to open to the flow of life force, and then our emotional body can serve its purpose. Its purpose is not to be angry, to be frustrated, to be sad. It is not to be filled with resentment and anger. Those are the signs that you are veering away into rigidity instead of flexibility. Though we don't make them bad. Do we all from one time to another get frustrated, angry, depressed, something of that nature? Sometimes that happens, but those are transitory energies, and they can hang around for a while if we don't cleanse our cellular memory. Getting down and dirty, or down and clean maybe, as we purify our energy body, which means our belief systems, which then feed into our emotional body, that which then feed into our physical body. And we want to make sure that we are practicing the art of transceiving, transcending, and transmutation, which is the theme of the month as we're getting ready to close out. Transmutation is that's part of the evolutionary process that allows us to take and move things and bring them into the golden vibration. The golden vibration means when we move into transmutation that we are releasing trauma and we are allowing ourselves to move back into homeostasis. Transceiving is that we are allowing ourselves to move into the high vibration of receptivity, holy receptivity, that allows us to accept those vibrations. It takes a little finessing and a little caressing, and it definitely takes self-awareness to observe how you feel about something. And your emotional body, if you aren't observant of your emotions, then it can be like a freight train that is going to take you on a wild ride, and sometimes that train is going to go off the tracks, and it's going to just make a disaster. Not here, not us, not now. We're saying yes to abiding by what the ancestors of our New Thought Ageless Wisdom movement were all about. They were about what all the masters of the world were about. We know that all the masters around the world were just being themselves as divine holy beings. When we think of Jesus the Christ, when we think of Mohammed, when we think of Moses, when we think of Krishna, when we think of Buddha, these are not people that we put on pedestals. These are people that we can say, oh, maybe perhaps from some of their learnings and their tutelage, we can become and step into our magnificence. That is the entire reason for Scripture, is for you to step into your magnificence, not to follow a rule book. That one day, as Reverend Michael was saying here at our Butterfly Gala, that one day I'll earn my way into heaven. Heaven is a consciousness, it is a presence, it is what capital L life is, and as we cultivate that by dissolving and transmuting our issues from our tissues, as we allow ourselves to eliminate the drama and the trauma, we step into our natural vibration, which is mastery, which is masterful. And then you get to experience being in the world, but not of the world. So as we move into the topic of today, which is rising above and living by giving. Living by giving means that you are participating, as it said in the reading this morning, that knowing that giving and receiving are part of the same thing. They are one and the same. It's been said it is better than to give than to receive. But what we're really talking about when you think of giving, when you give, you get. Yes. And so we want to, but you have to also get. That's the other end of the spectrum. And it is circular and cyclical. And it is part of the law of circulation. That circular, cycler energy expands. It's the sacred spiral that keeps growing and glowing, and it moves out, and it begets glory to greater good, glory to more glory, prosperity to more prosperity. So we're all going to say yes to this. Are you with me?
Yes.
Are you ready to lift yourself to a new paradigm of joy and fun?
Yes.
Oh, good. You got. I think we're on. Charles, thank you. You got them all jazzed up. Because this is what you got to do. You have to primer yourself. You primer yourself for good, and you allow yourself to not only, we were talking about, it was a very full weekend from the teaching all day on Friday to coming down to the Butterfly Gala to teaching all day yesterday, and then being here this morning. It's been a very full weekend. But one of the things I was talking about is that we are not degenerates. We do not participate in the path of degeneration. The path of degeneration is I have an issue, I become right about it, that it is wrong, and then I hold on into my rigidity of that. So I'll give you an example. There was somebody I was talking to near and dear to me the other day, and they were talking about, they're in a kind of a fairly, they've been into a relationship for several years. And the other half, the gentleman of the equation, of this man and woman, it was coming up on their anniversary time that they'd been together for however many years it was. I think it was 4 or 5, something around that number. And over the course of their relationship, the woman had been disappointed several times when it comes to birthdays and anniversaries, because this particular gentleman, although he's fairly well off with money, can be really cheap. And is always looking for a good bargain and a good deal. And so they were supposed to go on a vacation somewhere, and she had become adept at saying, I've got to be very specific on what I want and tell him what it is so that he'll know, because if I don't, he'll cheap out and I'll get something that's not so good. So she was very specific of where they were going to go and where they were going to stay, and then left it over to his hands. And then what did he do? He got, somebody whispered in his ear and said, there's this other place in that area that's super close, but it's like half the price. And so he's like, really? And that part of him that was like wanting to be on the cheap said, you know what, I'm going to make that reservation there. And they would have just ended up there if she hadn't stumbled upon an email that came through. It was a group email from somebody that said, congratulations on your stay at blah, blah, blah. And she was like, what? And she got all pants in a wad and a tizzy, and was like, we're supposed to go. So he didn't know that she knew that they weren't going where she needed to go. And then they decide, so that's when I got a call. And the good news is because there was a self-awareness to say, I have got my panties in a wad, and I need to do something about this, and also to recognize that this was a pattern that had gone on not only for the duration of this relationship, but for a pattern of the life, where there had been significant, meaningful people in this person's life that had disappointed, and what does that disappointment translate to? It translates to, I'm not being heard, I'm not being seen, and I'm not being loved, I'm not being appreciated. And so if you are rigid, you will stay in that rigidity and you will try to convince the other person. You just need to listen to me. But if you become adept, as we were talking about yesterday in our class, if you become adept at hearing the subtext of what people are saying, what's underneath the words, then you will set yourself free into flexibility. You will be able to move. Now, what ends up happening is you're going to sometimes get that trigger, and what you do with that trigger is of paramount importance. You observe that trigger. That's what our practices and principles do. In all of the classes we teach, the classes we teach at Soul Center and Agape, they're not about you learning interesting information. They're not about regurgitating things that sages and masters and gurus have said throughout the years. There are a lot of people who try to intellectualize spirituality, whether it's through quantum science, whether it's through scriptural text. We've all seen the person who kind of spouts out some scriptural text to their advantage because they're trying to manipulate it, and it's coming through their belief system, coming out as rigidity and judgment, and there is no flexibility there, and that is a recipe for separation. We are a community of unity. We are a community of coming together in oneness, which means we abide in cooperation. We abide in compassion, deep compassion. Compassion for some is the most easy, most glorious thing. It just comes to them like second nature. And as Howard Thurman would say in his readings, it is that angel of the earth that can be in a room with a person in a sick bed and be the angel of the better nature, and all they need to do in their energy is adjust a pillow here, tuck a corner there, caress their head, and that person feels seen and heard and loved because the power and the presence of the divine is channeling through them to them, and it's better than any medical procedure you could experience. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with medical procedures. They're all wonderful and good. We bless everything. As Ernest Holmes would say, God is in the pill and in the prayer. We bless everything. If I'm taking a medication for something, I'm going to take a medication for it, knowing whatever it is I'm taking it for, I'm going to heal so that I don't need that. There's no difference between your spiritual practice. If I need to take a medication for something, your spiritual practice, applying those principles and the practices that allow you to heal so that I don't need the medication anymore. I don't make it bad. I don't make it wrong. I give thanks for what it's doing. So if you take an antidepressant of some sort, as an example, and then you just say, okay, thank God there is something that can help me bridge and not lose my mind as I'm making my way to a conscious serenity and a clarity and an understanding while I'm healing. There's no different from that than taking certain supplements that are to make you feel better on a regular basis, because I'm still putting some power into something outside of me. Everything is going to be about reclaiming the power that resides within me. Right. The power of the universe resides within you. Yes. You are a microcosmic, angelic being that has everything you need to thrive. We want to remember how the world works, that we remember that today's experience is a result of yesterday's ideas. Today's experience, you have walked into the past. In general, if I'm living from a place of unconsciousness, where I'm moving through life from reaction to reaction, which was going on with this woman, it was like the 500th time of feeling so disappointed. And I even got to a place from a practical, so this is what we do. Oftentimes we're looking for a practical punch list. Oh, what you need to do is you need to be very clear. You need to go, because some people have a problem being very clear with what they would like. And say, oh, I couldn't go tell them this is what I really like. Oh, they're gonna shoot me down. So then you build up some stamina, some practical stamina, and you go and you say, well, this is what I'd really like. And then guess what? You didn't get hurt anyway, because something random happened and derailed it, because the subtext underneath was, this is what I'd really like, but I'm not going to get it. And whichever one has more energy wins. And if underneath I'm not respected, I'm not heard, I don't get what I want, it has more energy, and you can tell. We were talking yesterday in our class about the power of intention. Some people, they're like, oh yeah, I want to have a nice house. Oh, I want to have a lover. I want to go on and it's like, does that feel like it's moving mountains? Does it feel like it's moving mountains if somebody's like, I surrendered the holy divine idea of this grand and glorious venture, and I am allowing myself to be available to it, to receive it, and allow it to come into form to, through, and as me in the most benevolent way? Does that feel a little bit more like we're creating something? You gotta be aware of how you're speaking. If you're speaking from a place, the words don't matter. You know, there are some teachers that say, never say that you want this or want that. And all of a sudden we're leaving. We're taking a spiritual idea and we're contextualizing it into some practical way, which is what happens. People start creating rules. When you start creating rules, you start creating rule breakers. We want to make sure that when we look at rules, that we put them into context as to what that means. So if you do this, then you'll get into heaven. We want to make sure that it's like, no. So some of those teachers would say like, never say you want something, because it leaves you in a state of wanting. Not if when you say, I want something, and you have it defined as, when I want something, I get something. Yeah. If that's your definition, then that's what happens. It doesn't matter the vocabulary. That is why when you hear of people speaking in tongues, some people go, somebody's going, and they're doing something like that. And the feeling within that is what creates. It doesn't matter what the words are that come out of your mouth. When we do our affirmative prayer classes, yes, there are steps. There are steps to an evocation, steps to a benediction, steps to a 6-step healing prayer, 5-step, and each step individually is its own prayer. It doesn't matter that you follow the rules of the prayer. We spend most of the time in our prayer training getting you to let go of the rigidity of doing it right and fall into the place where you feel the living word, you feel the living prayer. And it won't matter what comes out of your mouth if you are speaking from causation, from first cause. We're making sure that we step into that. We want to, as Howard Thurman would say, keep fresh before me the moments of my high resolve. Keep fresh. God is fresh before me the moments of my high resolve. That phrase is profound. It is filled. When you read Howard Thurman, when you read Ernest Holmes, when you read Joel Goldsmith, you'll not read words. You'll feel an energy coming out of the book. You'll feel something come into you because what it is doing, it is awakening the part of you that already knows it. It already knows it. Now your job is to awaken the part of you that will do something about it. You have to do something about it. There is a thing called spiritual doing. Spiritual doing means that I'm not only going to be the monk on the mount and pray, but I'm also going to allow omni-activity to flow through me, and just like what happened with the butterfly gala, just what would happen with our intention at the end of 2022. We were emphatic. We will be in our new place for our 10-year anniversary. It wasn't a, what's the word I'm looking for? It wasn't from the ego. It wasn't a boastful tone. It wasn't a demanding tone that's saying, I'm gonna. It was a surrender to the vision. We are surrendering to the vision. Actually, I invite you all to join us today at the State of the Center, because we're going to talk a little bit more about that also and what it means to be a New Thought Ageless Wisdom community, and also probably take some questions about that. But we want to make sure that we understand that as we surrender to this, that we are allowing ourselves to step into a greater and grander vision and version of our lives. So we want to become masterful over our emotions and how we feel about something, and then you grab that feeling, ooh, what's in here? Let me unpack this. Now, this is one of the main things. If you wait for life to trigger your emotional body with your trauma, and you're in reaction. Everybody knows what reaction is. Reaction is when I have an issue, let's say it's a fear of heights, and all of a sudden I'm going to go out and somebody's like, hey, come on up, we're going to the top of the building and we're going to look out from the 70th floor and we're going to take in the view from the glass platform. We're going to walk around the glass platform over at the Grand Canyon, and you're like, ugh, the adrenaline's running, but you're trying to keep cool because I don't want anybody to know that I love, whatever it is about that. And so you come up with an excuse. I've got plans that day, sorry, I can't make it with you. And so I let the feeling, the emotion win. And what I want to do is, I don't have to practically go and do that thing right then and there, but what I do need to do is I grab this and I say, ooh, I'm going to transform this. I'm going to transmute this. I'm going to let go of a fear of heights. And a revelation will occur. All of a sudden, something is going to overwhelm you. I can tell you, I've lived through this more than a dozen times in terms of transmuting things. The entire thing of our gala, the butterfly gala, was not only the transformational cycle. When you go from caterpillar into the butterfly, you're moving through a transformational, as the imaginals of the idea come from what is in the caterpillar. There's an idea of the butterfly, and it comes into form. There's an idea of soul center that comes into form. We grab onto that vision, and then we cooperate. We capitulate to the divine idea. We allow ourselves to move deeper and higher, and we learn to give up, to give it up, and give up. We want to give it up, and we want to act up. We want to give things up, and we want to give. We want to give up our issues, and then we want to circulate and give our good. People who have rules like, oh no, you can't give anything to the homeless because of this and this and this, and then they're going to go do this and this and this. Don't create rigidity. There may be some factual, practical, studies and say, oh, but then they're going to do this. If you are present, you'll do whatever you need to do at that particular moment, which may include giving and it may not include giving. Whatever it may be, your internal guidance system will guide you as to what it is. We want to make sure that we apply that in our regular everyday life. To give and to give it up. I'm giving up my fear of heights, and I'm moving into liberation. Freedom is a result of letting myself open to the free flow of the divine spontaneous in the moment. That is real freedom, to surrender into the grand idea and allow it to have form. When you are held captive by the rigidity of your cellular memory and your issues, there's no freedom there. Just like there's no real safety. You're not experiencing safety if you go into, and no offense to anybody who lives in like in a gated community or anything like that, but if I'm in a gated community and then I have all the cameras all around and my car's got all the security and I've got all the security systems that I need, and so now I feel safe. But that's not real safety. Safety is knowing nothing is against me and everything is for me, and I can live in a house without security systems. Now, we're never foolish. We don't do something before we're ready. We're going to keep the cameras. We're going to take the pill. We're going to do whatever it is until we don't need it. Yes. There's no difference, as we were talking about yesterday. Some people who sage a room. We saged this place. We did a whole beautiful blessing. But when I put the power outside of me, and it's like, oh, if I don't sage the place and get rid of all the negative juju, then it's going to be a horrible day. You are going to be the sage. You are going to hold the light. And so when I walk into the room, it's clear. Yeah. That's what we're doing. We're not dependent dependent on the ritual. The ritual is dependent on us. We give the ritual meaning. The ritual does not give meaning to us. We are the ones. So we cultivate that. We cultivate that on a regular basis so that we can actually be that. And we are going to do it, whether we do it slowly by baby steps or whether we take grand and glorious steps. That's what we're going to do. Yes?
Yes.
So I'm going to invite you to repeat after me to anchor this energy. And I'm going to ask that as you repeat after me that you are going to allow this to be sincere in your bones. I allow God's love and compassion and understanding to overwhelm me. I allow divine generosity to abundantly flow through me. I allow the activities of wellness to inspire and radiate as me. I allow myself to give and receive good all the time. All right. Now, as you know, I feel energy, and you can kind of feel there's some people like they're like owning it, and then there's some people okay. Wherever you are, it's all good. We don't. What we do is we observe. And if I'm I remember when I first was starting to go to Agape, and sometimes Reverend Michael would have us do stuff, and I was like, I don't know. And I was kind of being, while they were doing the thing, because I wasn't really ready. And then one day I was like, you know what? What am I resisting? Just fall into it. Let it have its way. What bad can come from it? So don't let the rigidity of, and usually, I'll tell you what keeps people from really diving in is they're afraid they're going to be disappointed and that something's not going to work. So we're going to let go of the idea that I'm going to be disappointed and that something's not going to work. And so this woman, after we spoke, and I said, we've got to take advantage of this. We've got to turn this into gold. We're going to take this energy that you're sitting with and we're going to transform it, because I'm assuming by now you're tired of this pattern. And we're going to say, I am good at receiving my good. I am good at being respected and heard. I am good at being seen and loved and adored. We're going to anchor that, and we're going to keep doing it with as much sincerity, zest, and zeal, and we're going to look for demonstrations. We're going to look for demonstrations that is unfurling and unfolding. You came here to demonstrate good, so you're going to allow that to be. No rigidity, only flexibility. If you are living by the flesh, you will surely die. If you are allowing yourself to live of the divine, you will surely live. That's what we came here to do. The flesh means of the material world is what directs me, versus of the divine direction that is allowing me to transcend my rigidity and my carnal wants. So we're going to go ahead and agree to say yes to that. Yes?
Yes.
All right. So we're going to rise above. We're going to be keenly cognizant not only of our reactions, but of that which we truly desire. We're going to take a moment as we turn within in prayer. We breathe in the holy breath, and we allow ourselves to feel that holy breath. It is truly miraculous. It is the miraculous standard operating procedure that all we need to do is inhale, and oxygen floods our lungs and is distributed throughout our body. We are absolutely blessed by the miraculousness of eating some healthy, vital food, and those nutrients, they heal the body temple, they rejuvenate the body temple, and they give fuel to the body temple. We take a moment in deep gratitude for the very bliss, the very nature of serendipitous, synergistic goodness that is back of all life. We surrender to the holy idea. We surrender to that which we call the universe, that we call Allah or Jehovah, Yahweh, Elohim, Adonai, the Great One, the universal presence, Dios. We open to that, And we know that it is love. It is capital L love that is seeking to only bless, caress, and express as beauty, as joy, as magnificence, and it's choosing to do it through you. We expand our divine energy quotient today by saying, yes, I willingly relinquish any and all of my fears. I willingly relinquish any and all of my judgments that would confine me in rigidity. I willingly release this, and I open to the flexibility and the freshness and the newness of the divine as my life. My life, fresh, brand new. We allow new beginnings. We allow prosperity, clarity, optimism, and faith to overwhelm us. Oh, how good it is to know that we already have everything we need. The miracles are the nature of life, the nature of God, the nature of your life and my life. We personify this. We make it real. We allow ourselves to be and experience true freedom. We do so by moving into a place of giving and receiving and giving. That energy cycles through us and it expands and lifts us from glory to greater glory. Oh, how good it is to know that it is already done in the mind of God. We speak this word with the vibration of creation, and we allow it to move, behoove, and groove us more than ever before. We allow it to be sincere. We allow it in our bones. We allow it in our body of affairs as cooperation, as goodness, and we allow ourselves to simply embrace it by saying, and so I let it be. And so it is now. Amen. 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 Ashe. Aho. Mahalo. Shalom. Hotep. And hallelujah.
We're going to have the ushers coming forward. Hello? Yep. They're working on the sound. There it is. The sound is on. The ushers are coming forward, and we're going to get ready to move into our conscious giving, which is tithing. Tithing, as you know, we are a 501c3 religious organization. We exist off of donations. We exist off of tithing. So your tithing and your generous donations is what got us into this space, and we are grateful, and we know that it is cyclical that follows that energy. There are many ways that you can donate to our community. One of those ways is by texting. You can text the word GIVE to area code 669-342-2157. You can go online to our website and go to the donate page or the give button and circulate there. Many different ways. We appreciate the ushers are going to go forward as those with cash or butterflies or checks want to put those in the basket, and Charles is going to take it away.
There is a problem with PA, so there's going to be some audio.
No pressure.
That's okay. I'll sing loud and so everybody to this one.
Cutting in and out.
What a great word. Thank you. That means that. I'm tired of the guilt that brings me pain. Now is the time for me to let go of the shame. The past behind me, I see anew. I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change. I forgive me. I forgive me. Everything that I've been holding on to, I
love you, we love you. So, we're just going to take one quick little moment before we move into the blessing of the offering. Some of you may know that one of our congregants, the wonderful Diana Divine Light, she is in Antarctica right now. And it is a mission of a lifetime. It is a journey of a lifetime. And so she wanted to let you know that with her and her son Daniel are part of a soul journey of blessings. And today, as at the South Pole, she is syncing with Soul Center globally as she sends love, wellness, abundance, joy, laughter, creativity, goodness, cooperation, and peace up from the South Pole to the North Pole, and then allowing those divine qualities to splish and splash all around the globe. We love you, Diana. Thank you for sending that message. And also one more thing. The Butterfly Gala, just one more note. One of the things that was amazing is our this beautiful angel right here. Liz catered the event, and not only was it gorgeous, it was delicious. And with that, I'm just going to invite you to join me. I'm going to put you to work. We're going to extend our heart, our prayers through our hands. Oh, we bless this offering. We take a moment knowing that there is an infinite plenitude back of all life that never ceases, never withholds. And that energy comes from the divine. It is always giving elegantly, effortlessly, joyously. And as we bring into our awareness the circulation of good, that which we call the promise and the promissory note, we know that all needs are met. We open to this, we are one with it, and we allow that circulation not as something that is leaving our bank account. It is something that is going out and circulating, and it is growing in flexibility and expanding in good, and it returns to us. It must. And so we send it out with generosity and vibration, and we allow it to return generously to us, multiplied minimally tenfold. We are grateful to know that anything that blesses us blesses everyone, and we allow that to be individual and collective expansion of prosperity and joy, and we let it be good, and we let it be so, and so it is. So it is. Amen. All right, ushers, I believe we've got the children coming in.
Village at the Soul Center. I'm here today with Phoebe and with Maddie and with Lourdes and Soleil. And today we continued with the theme of mindfulness, and we reviewed topics such as mindful movement, mindful breathing, and mindful eating. And also, one of the big gifts of mindfulness is the attitude of the beginner's mind, in which we have the choice to see something like it was our first time, really experiencing it and being there for it. So we can embody a continued welcoming of experiencing the same thing anew. And so Maddie has some thoughts to share on this concept.
The beginner's mind would have like chances of thinking like this. So I wrote this. The miracles of nature don't have to be giant. For example, the wind gently brushing the branches is truly a wonder. The breeze urges the leaves to dance as a song of nature. Breeze blowing and the birds chirping continue to lovingly play.
All right, we're going to do our closing song. Please write the words are in the back of your program if you want to sing along with us.
Let there be peace on earth and
goodness to compel us, propel us, infuse us. As we move out into this day, this week, we allow the greater, grander idea of our life to have its way. Something wonderful is taking place here today. Something wonderful is seeking to know itself, blow itself, grow itself as our lives. We surrender to it. We allow ourselves to remember the truth of our divinity. We let it have its way benevolently, elegantly, joyously. And we simply agree to allow it all to be by saying, and so it is.